Diana, and today I have Slap City here with me. He has the best breakdowns in the game, and he's here to break down Power Slap 17. Welcome back to the Petty Corner.
Back to back weeks. We made it, mama.
Yes, we're going back to back. Okay, so Damien Dibbell should be joining us sometime soon, hopefully. And we're just gonna get right into it. I did make a slideshow, so let's see. I'm not very tech savvy, so let's say okay. All right. I'm not very good at pronouncing their names. How can I does it show you on the bigger screen or does it show the presentation?
No, it shows the presentation. I'm trying to get the chat up here.
Okay, yeah, I'm not going to be able to see chat. Let me see.
I had it last time.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. I got it. Let's do this.
All right. And I'm really bad at pronouncing the names. I do want to preface that I don't always agree with calls, and some of them were bad calls. The prelims were pretty messy, and that's to be expected. I did ask Frank when I interviewed him last year that about the early pre-recordings and why they do them, and it's usually because it's new people coming in, and we had a lot of new people come in on this card. There was like 15 different countries or 17 different countries of people on this card. So maybe people didn't understand why they were on the live show. I personally think it's just because they wanted to, show other cultures and up and coming stars from other countries, because a lot of them do have slap fight history. They're just different leagues, so they have to get used to the rule set and everything. But it was a little bit messy. But yeah, so this one was, and I am so sorry if I pronounced their names wrong. My apologies. I know that's very disrespectful, and I'm really, really bad at that. But it was Shakarov versus Adidaran, or we'll
The
just gonna
Hulk,
call him the
right?
Hulk.
Yeah,
The Hulk,
there we
yes.
go. There we
He
go.
showed up in the green paint and everything. This one was a little bit messy. If I remember correctly, there might have been a flinch in a club. This one ended up being DQ'd, and I want to talk to Damien about this because I got a DM today from the Hulk, and I'll share that when Damien comes up,
Sure.
when he comes on the show. It was a little messy. Unfortunately, Shakarov couldn't continue, so it was a TKO win for the Hulk. So congratulations to the Hulk for getting a win on your debut in Power Slap. But I guess, so what are your thoughts on this match and what's your breakdown?
Yeah, so this one, it wasn't good if I'm being honest. Now, they took a risk. I think that you were half right when they put it on the televised portion over the Bryce Jones match, which I was a little surprised about, but I think that it was mostly because they have different countries represented that they put it on here. I think it backfired a little bit. Now, the Hulk, have to give a shout out to him because he hurt his hand and switched, and so that's respect. But for me at this time, the heavyweight division is so stacked. It's kind of hard to see the vision with them right now with how green they are. But I mean, they took a risk here and it didn't really pan out. But yeah, the Hulk, you'll see him again. He has potential.
Yeah, I think we'll see Shakarov too again. I'm not sure, just from him. I think he flinched, so then he got clubbed, and then there was an injury there or whatever
Yeah,
happened. But
I'm pretty sure
yeah.
he hurt his hand too, but then didn't
Oh, here.
continue,
Yeah.
which is like, I mean, the norm. I mean, the Hulk, that's pretty rare that you see people switch hands.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Hercules? We have not seen him in a
Damn,
while. Hopefully we see him
Hercules, what's
back in the
good,
middleweight
baby?
division.
Or
Thank you for joining
170.
us.
I want to see him at 170.
You want to see him going on? I think he can make 170.
So do
Hercules,
I.
while you're here, do you have plans to go to welterweight? Slap City wants to know. Okay. So then the second match was another heavyweight match, and it was Brian Ellis versus Ro Montana. This one was a pretty good match. I think that there was one foul, right? I have the scorecards too. I put on the next slide. Everyone that went to decision, I did put the scorecards up on this slideshow. Brian Ellis did come in overweight, so he was at maybe an advantage there. I'm not sure.
I mean, he would
I
have
was
been at an
really
advantage
impressed.
anyway.
Huh?
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No. I was just really impressed with his chin. because he's been dropped a lot, he's been knocked out, but he showed that he's worked on that. Um, Aaron Turner went against both of them. Brian got knocked out by him, and Rowe went the distance, and these two went the distance, and um, Rowe came down from super heavyweight, and he's doing pretty well at heavyweight. It's not really on his side. I don't think he has any wins there, but he's holding his own against the heavyweights.
Yeah, I mean, I thought both guys showed their chins. Now, Ro Montana, the fact that he's able to hang with these heavyweights, like go back to the very first frame where they both walk up to like, and tell me that looks like a fair fight. I don't know how he hangs with these heavyweights. I think that he's undersized and his chin is just carrying him. And like, yeah, on his last slap, he landed a really good one and got a reaction, but it's just tough for me. I think he should go down to 205, but it's tough with the wrestling. I think that he wants to keep the weight up, so he'll be in it no matter what. Like he's scrappy, he's competing. It's just tough to see somebody so consistently undersized winning fights at heavyweight when it's so stacked. So yeah, Ro Montana has a chin on him, straight up.
No, but what's crazy is you saying that him being undersized because he was super heavyweight in his first match. What's up, Dwayne?
Yeah, but that's you have to understand that like not all weight is equal. So his frame, I don't know exactly how tall he is, and granted, against Ellis and Turner, it's gonna look amplified.
Uh huh.
But to a certain degree, you have a natural range, and I feel like because of the wrestling, he's carrying a little bit more than he normally would. So it's really like if he wants to stay at heavyweight and he needs to, then I'll always watch him. He's exciting. It was a good scrap. But yeah, that's just what I think about it. I feel like he has a heavyweight chin and he has like a light heavyweight frame.
Yes. And I always love like he's always so like animated, his dancing and all that. So that's cool, super cool to see. He did get a foul in the second round, so he did lose a point for clubbing. But Brian still would have won because it would have been 29-28.
So if I remember correctly, Brian, it looked like he was close to stepping in the first round, but I think it was the first round, but I remember slowing it down because I wanted to make sure, and it looked like it was actually mostly after contact, so I think we're good there.
Yeah.
I thought he won the match. I thought it was a scrap, but I thought he won the match for sure. So
Yeah.
29,
And
27 across the board, it looks like.
yes. And with Brian missing weight, he does get a percentage of his bag, so that's cool. Would like to see Brian come in on weight next time because I know he can do it. Yeah.
How much did he miss by? I would honestly want my opponent to miss weight by 3 pounds. I really would. Get
I
an extra
want
bag. It doesn't,
I don't want to misspeak, so I don't know exactly what it was. I,
well, if it's under 5 pounds, I don't even think it's like a win almost. I don't know how much
yeah. I think he
that's
came
helping you.
in, I want to say 269 and a half, but I'm not completely positive. So
Shout out to
let's
Ro
look on the Power Club
Montana.
website because they write down the weights on the weigh-in. So give me 1 second before we move on to the next one, and we will check that.
Don't spend it all in one place, Ro.
Let's see.
Oh, his actual full name is Roland. That's swaggy.
Yes.
So before this, damn, my ice machine is going crazy. Before this, I said that Ro Montana has the swaggiest name in Power Slap. I mean, he's been overturned, but at one point, he had the swaggiest name in Power Slap.
Oh,
He's
they
still
have a
up there, though.
265.5, but I think they just miswrote that. So I think it was 269. I couldn't be wrong though.
A half a pound is brutal.
No, I think it was
Oh, shout out Diana.
oh,
269 and a
269.5.
half.
Okay, 269.5. Diana, you have a great name. Love that name. Okay, so moving on to the next one. I feel like we talked a lot about this match because Hong Kong was, breaking bricks with his hand, like punching cans, bending wrenches. He showed his toughness, okay? Because like they called it flinch. I was really confused about that because it didn't look like it was enough to be called a flinch on the first one. And he got hit up here. His eyes started swelling immediately. The blood was dripping down his face. He's still continuing. Like this was
Did they
split
call
open.
flinch
Like
on
he
the
didn't put a
first one?
finger. Huh?
I didn't think it was the first one. I thought that they called fair blow because he asked like who was gonna win, and then they called it fair blow. So he was like, "Well, he's gonna win," and that's partially why he kept
Kept
going. I'm
going.
pretty sure it was actually later in the match where they called him for a flinch, and then they overturned it because it wasn't a flinch at all. Normally, I think Kerry Hatley is one of the best refs. Lately, he's been not so much, but yeah. I'm pretty sure they didn't call it in the first round. But yeah, sorry. Did you have more for that?
No, I mean just his finger, like you can like shove a finger in, like you can even see on the slide there, like you can put your whole finger inside the cut, and he like this dude like has no quit in him. Like he kept getting back up and going up there with that blood dripping down to his face. It was this also wasn't the prettiest match. There was a lot of clubbing and stepping and flinching all between both of them. So but yeah, it ended in a brutal knockout. So,
So
uh,
what I want to say was his first name is Zhao, right? I'm pretty sure.
yes,
Okay.
I believe.
So now I got to be honest. I was a little bit like underwhelmed about his like form on his strike, but this guy is a dog. He hung in there. He went out on his shield. That cut, I don't even know how you get that cut out of a slap. It wasn't the cleanest match, but it ended up delivering. And shout out to you for posting that reel of the take I said, because that looked pretty gangster.
Yeah, we'll have to like make another reel. I know I've been slacking. I'm sorry, but yeah, um, and Tayev, I think he just has a little bit of work to do, which he's done like slap fighting, but it's so different when you come into power slap because the rule set is so different. So they're trying to adjust to that. The distance between their opponents and the podium and the barrels or the tables that they stand across. But I do think he has a bright future here. I would love to hear what Rob Trujillo thinks of their performances, and maybe we might hear that sometime soon. I think they both do still have a long way to go before they get to Rob Trujillo. But I would not be surprised if we saw Amin Tayev in the rankings as soon as Power Slap drops that.
You'll 100% see him in the rankings. I felt like this was a blessing for the lightweight division. Now, the flinching, I agree. I said in my recap of the prelims that I don't think he's ready for Trujillo because you cannot take extra slaps against him. I feel like he's like one match away from, and he, against basically everybody but like the very top guys, I feel like he almost cleans all of them out personally. That strike with his left hand, I feel like he's a lefty. It was
Yeah.
way better. And I saw a bunch of comments about stepping, and in real time, it looked bad. It looked like a huge step. I actually was curious, so I went frame by frame and I posted it on my Instagram. At the point of contact, his heel was so barely off the ground, it's not even funny. So it was really more perfect contact. But yeah, it was a messy match, but he ended up coming up on top. His strike is scary, but he's just not ready right now with the flinching. He has to prove that he can
Yeah.
stay still, and then we'll see where he goes. But you will see him. I'm gonna take a guess right now. I bet you see him at like five or four.
I feel like that's a fair assessment. I will say this though. I love the pettiness from him. He posted a picture of himself, and I should have put this in here. He posted a picture of himself, and he was standing on the Great Wall of China, and he said, "I'm in China. What's up?" Or like something along those lines, like "Who's got something to say?" Or like "You got something to say to me?" Like I love that. So
He's
yeah,
got
that was
swag, no doubt about it. He's got
yeah.
swag.
Yeah. So I love that from him. And it's always exciting to see divisions growing and everything. The lightweight division was probably the hardest division that we've seen for Power Slap to grow aside from the women's divisions, just because they just can't get enough contenders or people to be in the division. And there's just like lots of knockouts just because of their speed and everything. But it's always fun to see new guys come in. I would like to see Hong Kong against other opponents and see what he can do because he is tough. He
I want to
really
know
is.
if he wants to fight again, because I would definitely watch him fight again. It wasn't
I
the
feel like he
best
would.
it wasn't the best scenario for him. You don't want to stick him up against somebody that's going to move. And then, yeah, I just feel like it was a tough matchup. And that take, I said, that's how the coin tosses, they're real. Because if there was ever anybody on earth that you would want to slap first, it's this guy. So, yeah, I'd like to see him again. Who knows? I followed him on Instagram, but who knows? I'd love to see it.
Yeah. Okay, let's catch up to the chat. So we got Brandon Rhodes in the chat. What's up, Brandon Rhodes, the Ripper? Lakuka said, I would like to see Lakuka in Power Slap. He does have some slap fighting history. Power Slap Guru, he said, there's no more rule sets in Power Slap. That's above my pay grade.
That's why I
Slap.
asked. I asked how so. That's actually me. I said how so just for elaboration.
Oh, okay, okay. I do feel like it's just the things getting missed. And this is a really hard thing because I do see both sides. Um, every single ref is going to see things differently. So like you're not going to have consistency between each ref because what they see they're not always going to see eye to eye. So like one will give you a little bit more leeway on the flinching or like your foot movement and things like that. So there's never going to be any consistency. I know it is rough to watch, and I do feel for the athletes because in a sense you do feel like they probably feel like they're getting robbed and the match should have went the other way. And then as a fan, it's like, well, what the heck? So I do get it, but we got Damien Dibbell.
Damn.
All right, let's back. I don't know how to back up here. Okay, Damien, we got Damien the Bell to Bell, the heavyweight champion in here. I got some questions for you because I feel like the last two cards, first of all, welcome, but the last two cards were really heavyweight heavy. Just this card alone, there was 4 heavyweight matches, and this is not talking about the pre-recordings. And then on 16, we had 2 matches on the live show. So, thank you for being here, but you were called out on both cards. How do you feel about that?
First, thank you for having me. And you know how it is. Every time I get a fight, they got to rerun the entire division. 10 heavyweight matches got to happen. Find me a new contender. But I'm open for anybody. I specifically have requested Dorian multiple times. But if that's just not in the cards, I'll take any fight at this point. I don't mind anybody.
Yes. Okay. So we had Brian Ellis and Ro Montana. Actually, hold on. Is there a match that stood out to you the most out of all the heavyweight matches on the last 2 cards?
Honestly, the most enjoyable match to watch was Aaron Turner versus Nate. Don't tell Aaron I told you that, but that one was so much fun to watch. Like the comeback that Nate had during that fight was just unexpected, and I was there for it, and it was a crazy night. I love that fight.
Yeah. No, that was the first sudden death, and that was probably one of the craziest comebacks, which you didn't think a crazy comeback like that could happen after the Vince Tracy match against Tyler. So yeah, that one was dope. Okay, so you were called out by Darius the Destroyer after his match with Wes. And hold on, guys, we're gonna skip all the way to the end. Okay, so there we go. We got Darius, and he's an OG of SFC like yourself. And Wolverine entered the chat. I saw a clip somewhere of him saying that he would like to see you face Darius. And then also we had Dorian and Zakir. Dorian's been at #1. They keep feeding him these monsters that have been taking everybody out, and he's taking them out. So what do you said you want Dorian next. Do you feel like he's the most deserving? Or do you feel like, the history with you and Darius from your previous organizations, who do you think is the most deserving?
I feel like the most deserving right now would have to be Dorian. I mean, he's ranked #1. He's got fed Pono and now Zakir, both dudes that if they beat him would have gotten title shots. So I don't know what they're waiting for, but I feel like Dorian is most deserving. But Darius would just be an exciting fight for the fact that we both came from SFC. He was the old legend of heavyweight. I'm the new legend of heavyweight. I feel like it'd be exciting to see that clash of old meets new type fight.
You've never fought before, right? I don't
Not
in
Darius, no.
SFC. Yeah, okay.
We were
Didn't think so.
actually in talks to fight before we got signed over to Power Slap.
I'm
Yeah.
down to see
Didn't they
that.
wait?
I'm down to see it.
Sorry. Didn't they
No,
want
you're
you as a coach in the beginning, but you were too young, so they had you as the assistant coach?
No, they wanted me in the house competing, but I was too young to compete. So I got to be assistant coach. Have fun there.
Zach Comsot said, Destroyer versus the Bell. That would be an epic legacy fight just because of the previous. But hey, we also have another heavyweight lurking. He was the super heavyweight champion, and he is coming down. The crazy Hawaiian. He's got to be close to being healthy and ready to compete. So, where does he fit in this mix?
I mean, I feel like that's just a closed door conversation that I'm not even involved in because they know I'll say yes to everybody. So apparently they're just working that out in the background, seeing where he wants to end up because he shot way past heavyweight. Like
I saw
last
him
I
in
talked to
Vegas.
him, he
He
was
looked
like
more like a light
215.
heavyweight to me in
Yeah,
Vegas. He looked more like a 205er to me.
oh yeah. So I could see him cutting down and going to light heavyweight, but at the same time, it's like, bro, you just gonna pass by me? You ain't even gonna stop and say hello? Like you ain't gonna have one match at heavyweight? I see how it is. It's all good.
Hey, you never know. Maybe we'll see. Well, there was rumors that there was going to be a match in December. We don't know. There was nothing announced at Power Slap 17, but Power Slap 18, we can assume that the next belts would be either you or Rob or Isaiah, because they're. But all of your opponents would be just competed on the last few cards. So maybe early next year or something for a time to come back. But when, I know you're always ready, but do you have a preference on when you would come back, like before the holidays or after?
I mean, next week is looking real good for me. I could probably take a couple days off next week. The week after that is always a good. The week after that week, I'm free too. Like, just just book me for a fight. I got one fight this year, one time. That ain't nothing. Like, what y'all want me to do with that? And it was two hits. I only got hit one time. What am I going to do? Only get hit one time, bro. It was a boring ass year for me. Let me tell you, I'm not happy
Wait,
about it.
wait, so you and Dorian were last December, so that's one fight. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Y'all had me sitting here just waiting, twiddling my thumbs. Just book me a fight against Dorian. Just send it,
I was gonna
or
say if it's not
Darius,
Dorian,
crazy
then who would
one.
it have been? It had to be Dorian. Like I don't know. I do have a question for you though, if you don't mind.
Oh, go ahead, man.
I was curious what you thought because to me, obviously we knew Zakir coming in, questionable strikes, fouled out one, and arguably could have fouled out the last one. I think so. But to me, I thought that honestly he grew on me. I thought his slaps looked much more like slaps, and I thought he proved his chin. It was a close match. It's hard to look at them at the end with that hematoma and be like he
Yeah,
won the fight, but he did win the fight. But it was just like I don't know. I thought he looked a lot better. I'm curious to see your thoughts on Zakir in that one.
I I think his accuracy still needs work because I mean, you look at Dorian, man's eye was messed up. He was obviously getting hit a little higher than he was supposed to be, but Zakir, props to him. He was able to take those shots and he was able to deliver them back. So he did a lot better than I expected him to. Because honestly, I thought Dorian was going to lay him out just based on how Coop rocked him in that one hit.
No, I agree. Okay, it's one other person I wanted to ask you about because he went like super viral, and I think he's like so exciting to watch. Like I can't wait to see him come back. But it was Jujar. Jujar, did you watch his match? Jujar Singh against Galushka. He
Oh
was
yeah,
on
yeah, yeah,
16.
yeah.
He was on 16.
Yeah, no, that was a fun match. I would definitely love to see him come back and like climb the rankings. I'd love to fight someone like that, someone real entertaining because I'm just mellow. I'm calm, cool, and collected up there. So I like fighting people that are exciting. Bring the eyes to my fights.
I do think he needs a lot more experience before he gets to you, but I would not be surprised when Power Slap comes out with the rankings if he comes in at number 10 or 9.
Oh yeah, I could see him taking a couple of people's spots. Honestly, I feel like there's going to be a shift in the heavyweight division soon.
Yeah, there's not going to be any shortage of contenders for you. So hopefully 2026 is your year that you're booked and busy.
Man, I'm trying to finish my contract next year, man. The whole rest of my contract, finish it out. I want.
How many
How
you
many
got
fights
left,
do you
if
have
you
left
don't
on your
mind me
contract?
asking? Can you say that publicly?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I got like 4 fights left on my contract on my current one.
You have to be on the next card to me. Like, there's enough people. I think you should give it to Dorian, but there's a couple other people that you could give it to. So you have
Brother,
to be on the next card, in my opinion.
if I could pick, I would have been fought Dorian.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have even fought West. I would have just rematched Dorian. That's what I've been. Literally, as soon as I got announced that I won that fight, I said I wanted the rematch.
You did.
Like that, I've always been saying I want to fight Dorian again. I'll take anyone, but don't get me wrong. Now I ain't running from nobody. I just want to fight.
No?
Like more
You're
than one
waiting
fight
on
a
people.
year
You're
is
not
what my
running. You're
goal.
waiting.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here waiting, just chilling, sipping on some tea, eating some bonbons. You know how it is.
Okay, I do have another person to bring up, and we
Another one.
might have forgotten about him. I don't know how we could forget about him, but Turp Daddy Slim. He couldn't make weight his last match at light heavyweight, and Frank said in the
Who?
press conference that he is moving up to heavyweight for his next fight. Where do you see him fitting in the heavyweight division?
Sorry, who?
Turp Daddy Slim.
What? Turk Daddy, not so slim. What? Sorry, you
Austin
got to speak
Turpin.
someone relevant to me because I can't follow every single random schmuck that's in power side nowadays, man. There are too
Oh.
many people out here. I don't know who this dude is. He ain't even. If he makes it into the rankings, I'd be surprised. We'll see. We'll see how that plays out.
Hey, but we never know with Power Slap because I said this on my last live stream, but or maybe like two live streams ago. But Ryan Wallace, he competed in Power Slap, never got a win, and then all of a sudden he appeared in the rankings. So that tells me that he possibly is coming back, but he's like a weight class that he's never competed in. I thought it was welterweight. I think he appeared on the welterweight rankings, right?
I
Or
think it was
middleweight.
welterweight. No, I'm pretty sure it was welterweight. Ryan Wilson.
Yeah,
Who
then
is
he
I
never
that?
think he was
competed in
middleweight.
welterweight. So good on him for getting down to that weight, but we have never seen him compete in welterweight, and there was never a win in power slap. So I would not be surprised if we see Turp Daddy Slim move into the heavyweight rankings because he was always in the top like 5, 4 in light
See,
heavyweight.
the difference is though that is the welterweight division. There wasn't the heavyweight division has stacked right now. We got way more guys in here, a lot of good talent. I honestly don't think he makes it onto the leaderboards if he has to earn that ranking. Like he may get a favoritism ranking, but he's going to lose it as soon as he gets a fight. I don't think he stays in that ranking spot.
Well, I'm on the website right now and I'm looking at the heavyweight rankings. I agree with you, but also there's also two number nines and two number tens.
They're not like
What?
updated right now.
Straight
So
up, I'm
like
on the website right now. They have two number nines and two number tens. And honestly, two of them, well, Brian Ellis won, so you can't take him out. Roman Santa is the second number 10. Off a loss, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they put Turk
I
Daddy
feel
Slim
like
at
they
number
can't take
10, to
Bro
be
off the
honest with
rankings
you.
though. Just the excitement he brings to the stage.
No,
Okay.
I feel like that's why they already haven't. There's two nines and two tens. They just don't want to take anybody
Well,
out.
two of them gotta go. All right, Damien, I'm gonna say some names. I've been playing this game a little while with people before we end things, but I'm gonna say some names, and you're gonna give me the first word, or I'll give you 3 words max that you think of them.
Okay. Word
Well,
association game. I got that.
okay, Dorian,
Rock.
Nate,
Turtle. I don't know why.
Aaron,
Flinch.
Wes.
Sleeping.
I couldn't hear you.
Sleeping. Nap.
Sleeping. Okay.
Passed out.
Jujar,
Uh, Curry.
Turpin,
Who? Cat.
Oh my God.
the
You just
crazy
ripped
Hawaiian.
that. Wow.
Skinny.
That's facts. He was looking skinny.
They
Ryan
top 10,
Phillips.
man.
We saw him come back for coaching.
Bitch made.
Do you
Damn, that was
think that
off the
we'll see
dome. That's
Ryan Phillips
crazy.
come back to fight?
I hope so I could knock his ass out again. Actually, they wouldn't even give him to me because there's no way he earns that. But I'd love to knock his ass out again. That'd be amazing.
I low key
Okay, and
feel like he was coaching again because he kind of sort of got that itch. That's just the vibe I got.
okay, yeah, okay. So hold on a second. I did watch the match with Taylor Minton and Jesslyn Michelle, and Ryan had me fucking rolling because it did look like Jesslyn hit high twice, and then he's like, "It's all right, it's all right." What did he say? And he's like, now you're gonna go knock this bitch on her ass or something like that. It made
Oh
me
yeah,
laugh so hard.
he's a
But
good
anyway, yeah,
character on stage for sure.
yeah. Okay, and then how about Pono?
I he's alright. I
Love
feel
it.
like he's a good rank three.
Good rank three. Okay, so how would you Okay, so who would you rank in the top five heavyweight after you?
Can I include retired people? Because for me, it goes Dorian, Dwayne, or my like that's easy top two. Because I mean, they just didn't want to give Dwayne the title shot, and now they don't want to give Dorian the title shot. So I don't know what the fuck's up with that. Behind those two, mm, put me on the spot here. Mm, Honestly, I'd have to put my boy Darius on specifically on this comeback arc, though. Not previous Darius. Darius that didn't know the rules. Today, right now, Darius is in that top five, in my opinion. I
It'll be
put him at
interesting to see the rankings come out soon.
oh yeah, it's going to be a very interesting time. People are definitely going to have their feelings hurt.
It's the
I was
top
Uh,
actually
12.
surprised that they didn't come out today because normally it's Tuesday.
yeah, I don't know. They be lacking sometimes.
Okay, so who are the last two that you would rank behind Darius?
I feel like I have to put Nate on there. Yeah, Nate, and then who's number five? I don't know. I feel like number five is a. Honestly, I put Pono at number five. I feel like he's earned his spot in number five.
That's a good one.
I was waiting for
I
you
mean,
to
it's
say
just so
that.
hard because I feel like there's so many top contenders now. But okay, I have a question for you. Darius didn't like to compete with shoes. Would you ever compete with no shoes just to prove you're that guy?
Hell no. What? Prove what to who? No. I'm not going out there with my dogs out just to prove I can have my dogs out. No.
He's going to
Nah.
be a lawyer. He's smarter than that. Come on now.
Yes. Okay, so you're
Bro,
living in New York
that's
now. When are you going to go back to law school?
back to law school. I'm still trying to get to law school. I ain't gonna lie
Yeah,
to
well,
you.
you know what I
So
mean.
hopefully next year. Hopefully I can. Fingers crossed it works out like that. I'm trying to get in next year.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
Damien, I
something
just
like
want to
the
say
fall.
thank you so much for being here. Is there anything else that you want to say to anybody before you get out of
Uh,
here?
Feel free to talk shit. I'm in a petty mood recently. I haven't fought nobody in a while, so hit me up in the DMs, the Bell SF. Talk your shit. We'll run it. We'll catch a fade or something. See what's going on.
Hey, I saw you on your little petty shit. You came out here and was just talking shit about everybody a couple months ago. Bring
Yeah,
that back.
I'm in my villain arc the whole rest of my career at Power Slap. I'm tired of people. Everyone want to run their mouth. It's okay. It's okay. I'll shut them up. I'll shut you up. It's all right. It's all good. I
I
ain't
got
worried
something
about it.
before you go, if you don't mind. I wanted to
Go
thank you
ahead, man.
again for hooking me up with that bud in Vegas. I don't know if you remember or not, but I was smoking good the entire time because of you. And I'm
I
gonna
got
I'm
you,
gonna hold my
man.
promise. I promise you a highlight reel, and I'm gonna deliver. I promise.
I appreciate it, man. Hey, I got it for free, so it was no skin off my back. They just gave us a goodie bag. I was like, I am not smoking this, so here you go, bud.
Hey, you got to
I
get
was
that
blessing a
vid
lot of
like
people.
in the highlight reel. You got to get him carrying his 5 belts.
Oh yeah, gotta have the whole belt. Man, I need to find all of them. We've been moving, and them belts are just everywhere right now. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Oh wait,
They're
I got to
cumbersome.
I do have another question for you though. Like, is it crazy to you? Like, you say you don't get like a lot of fights every time, but like you hold the record for like most title defenses and most title wins and stuff. Isn't that like blow your mind a little bit?
A little bit. I mean, the numbers would probably be double if they gave me, 3 fights a year, but we ain't gonna go there now. I feel like it's impressive for my career that I've only had one fight that wasn't for a title, and it was my first fight against Dwayne in Power Slap, and it's just been title fights after title fights since then. I mean, I understand why I can't get as many fights as I want, but I just like fighting people. It's fun for me, so that's the one aspect that sucks is that I'm at the point now where I can't just fight anybody. And it's kind of boring. I won't lie.
Yeah. Well, maybe they'll give you the Marab run. The Marab in the UFC, like he's going for his fourth title defense, maybe fifth this year. What is it,
Oh
Slap
shit!
City? Is it fourth or fifth this
Oh,
year?
you're
And
putting me on the
it's gonna,
spot.
if he wins, it'll be the most title defenses in one calendar year.
Fifth
I
is
think it's 4 or 5.
insane. I want to say four. Five is
Yeah,
insane.
no champion's ever been able to have 4 defenses in one year. So maybe
You'll
they'll
get
give you that in
three.
2026.
You'll get three. The division now is stacked enough. You'll get three next year. You need three next year. Power Slap needs
Oh, for
three
sure.
next year. Straight up.
Yeah, they're just saving me for all the good events. I know
When I
Yeah.
go.
it. When you're there, that
Mm-hmm.
specifically,
Mm-hmm.
they're like, "Is
Yeah.
Slap City gonna be here out here? Is he available?
I
Call
was
him
at the
up." I'm like,
Dorian one. One of the best fights I've ever seen. Straight up.
That was crazy actually.
oh yeah, that was a wild fight. That's why I want to run it back. God, someone's got to put that man down.
I feel like you. I feel like you will. How do you not give him a title shot already? Like, what else does that dude have to do? What
Bro,
else?
he got to give someone some sucky sucky in the back or something because shit just ain't working out.
Hold the butter.
Hold the butter, drop the soap because you need to start squeezing something out.
I can't wait to watch that one word back. You had me
I'm gonna
dying
clip
on a
that.
couple of them. I had to roll back. I had to fall back
I saw
on a couple of them, dude. You got me on
Yeah.
bro.
that. Good
I'm
job.
terrible with word association, bro. Don't put me in those scenarios.
Yeah.
Feelings will be hurt.
You got me.
Okay. Damien, you are free to stay if you want to like recap the rest of the event. Oh, there's because there was another heavyweight match actually. So we were just finishing up this
Oh yeah, we
one.
never even talked about that one.
Did
Yeah,
you
we should
know?
touch on that one.
I actually, yeah, we'll touch on this one. So like, if you do have time, and then you can leave after this, or you can stay for the rest of it. But did you know like anything about Lewis Robinson before he came into Power Slap?
Oh yeah, I investigated all these motherfuckers. If you got online presence, I'm on your page. I am. You be attacking me, just know I'm plotting on all of y'all as well. So I've been on his page. I've watched all his fights. He's a pretty good dude. I feel like if he cut down to 205, he'd run that division. Like I feel like he's a pretty good fighter. But at heavyweight, it's, he did knock out James Seekman, but it's Seekman. Man has no chin. He weighs 217. He's not even a heavyweight fighter. So I
That's
feel
what I
like it
was
was
gonna
a
say. He ran into the
battle of the
one
light
dude he'll
heavyweights.
have like a weight advantage on. The one
Yeah.
person he ended up fighting. He'll be undersized against everybody else. But he
I
was
do
good.
want to see James go down to 205.
Yeah, James either needs to go down to 205 or just retire. Call it quits. I know you was plotting on me. You wanted yourself a little chocolate, but you gonna have to go find that somewhere else because you ain't getting it here.
No, he definitely needs to go to 205. But what do you think about Lewis's performance?
I thought he did pretty good. Like he was he was clean and he was powerful. That's all you can ask for someone new. Just keeping it as clean as possible. There's a couple issues, there's he was a little iffy on a couple spots, but he got the shakes out. He got this first win. I feel like when he comes back next time, he'll know what to expect. He'll know what he'll be used to it, and we'll get to see a better performance. But I'd really like to see him at 205. I feel like that's his division that he needs to be at.
Do you feel like because he came from a different organization, and like coming over to Power Slap, like trying to get used to the podium opposed to like whatever they use, a barrel or table and different rule sets, do you think that plays a factor into their performance when they first come in from another organization?
I feel like it depends on the person because for me, it never really was an issue. I got used to it fairly quickly. Darius, he lost 3 fights before he got used to it. He, I watched his post fight interview. He admitted that it was weird getting used to having the table in front of him, but they have the table in the back for you to practice with. So I feel like he should really have taken advantage of that. But excuses on the side, I feel like it can definitely mess up your first and second strike, but it should not ruin your entire match.
Hmm. Okay. Can you do your best impression of Lewis?
I'm currently fighting a cold. I'm not even going to take it there. I'm
So
going
you
to get
can't.
canceled in the UK. I'm never going to be able to visit London. I want to visit London one day. There ain't no way it's going to happen if I do that. So let me keep that to myself.
Okay. That was the end. We're going to pivot because that was the end of the prelims. And now to the main card. And before you got on here, I was talking about the reffing and, some things go unmissed or like, some things go missed and, strikers, they feel like they get screwed and it kind of like hurts them going forward. I feel like this was a very controversial match. Andrew looked good in his match coming back. El Perro, this was his first time ever losing outside of a title match. Personally, I love the welcome back, motherfucker. Um, but yeah. So yeah,
It was
what
an
do you think
exciting
is
match.
next for these guys?
I could see Andrew probably fighting Stunt. I mean,
No, no, no.
was it?
Stunts 185. So this is
Oh, my bad,
170.
wrong.
But don't
Yeah,
forget, El Pedro moved down to 170.
yeah. He keeps messing me up with that.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I feel like he's either contender worthy or just send him to the championship fight at this point. Like, if you're beating El Perro, you're getting to that level where you're starting to get looked at as a contender.
Hmm. And how crazy, we'll get into this later, but like the welterweight division had like a massive shakeup between this match and Blackburn's match.
Yeah, that match was insane. Also, side note, Provost looked Amish as hell in this photo. Anyways,
I
anyway,
have to speak on this match. I have to
Yeah.
speak on this for the Power Slap fans. All right. So Provost, in my opinion, was straight up punching Azael in the face with an open hand. Like he was measuring like this and then just straight up driving the heel of his hand into his jaw. Like for me, it was kind of hard to watch at times. And then also, I posted a reel. If you go to my Instagram, the refs are only looking at the right foot because during the windup on basically every slap, he was literally stepping with the left foot. This to me was this was hard to watch. It was bad. It was bad. There
yeah,
were a
I'm
lot
gonna
of
have to go
Yeah.
missed
back and
ones in
watch
this
it.
one. Yeah.
I
Honestly,
did.
just go to my Instagram. I had a reel. I did like a. I don't normally do that with rules just because I don't want to be that guy. But in this one, this hit me personally. This one was bad.
Yeah, no, I'll
Yes.
have to go watch that again then.
I hate to see stuff like that too because it kind of changes. It can change the trajectory of someone's career. But the refs called it fair, so it's fair. Um, there was a really bad one on the pre-recordings that the guy's whole foot came up and it moved, and the other guy got knocked out. It was a heavyweight match too. It was Ro Montana's brother.
Oh yeah,
But Ro Montana's brother, Julie, he spoke out about it and he said he got paid his full bag because the higher ups didn't agree with that. Because they called it a foul and then they overturned it,
Yeah, they
which was crazy.
reversed it. That's the thing. The
Yeah.
slow motion replay in real time. It's hard to be a ref in Power Slap. That's why you have slow motion replay. It really comes down to the person. There's nothing wrong with changing the call. You're not making the ref look bad. It's a hard job. As long as you get the call right at the end, all the fans are going to be happy. But they're just not doing that. I feel like they're like worried to make the ref feel bad or something. I
But I
don't
see,
feel like
know.
it can't just be just. I don't truly know, but I feel like, the refs on stage they make the call, but then like the people who are watching the replays are the one who makes the final calls. So it's not
Exactly.
just solely on the ref.
Exactly. It's more on the replay, in my opinion.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, I think that it really should have been simplified a long time ago. There should have been a standard set of what a stepping call is, and then all the refs should have come together and agreed upon this. Because it still feels like every ref has their own definition of what a stepping call even is,
I have a
and
question for you if you
I
don't
don't
mind.
understand that mix up. Yes, sir.
So basically, I was going to say that, in my opinion, if you want more consistency with the refs, you should be switching refs less. Like if you only have two refs that do the entire card, then there's less differences. And I agree with you. Like not everything's a step to one person. You feel different. So if you minimize the amount of refs and have less refs do more fights, it will naturally be a little bit more consistent. I'm
Mhm.
wondering what you think about that.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
true. Like it would fix that issue and more consistency just because you have less people doing it. But I think they want to build it so that they can host more events and not have to rely on the same two refs. And then what happens when you have these two refs that do this area, and then you have another event across the country with two a different set of refs, and the rule set looks completely different still. I
Mhm.
feel like it just needs to be a set standard that they follow through on because it feels like they even during an event they'll change up how they feel about a stepping call as the event or the fight is going.
I do want
Like
to say this though. I feel like it was in the second round. Was that the step or the club? Like there was like something that wasn't. There was something that wasn't
Both,
called, but to
both,
me it looked like a club or a step in the
both.
second round, and then it should have given Alberto more time to recover. So then maybe the third round didn't look the way it did. But I mean, Andrew is a dog. We haven't seen him in a while, so I don't ever want to take anything away from people, and it's not on the athlete themselves, it's on the officiating. So it is a tough situation, like I said in the beginning.
I have a little bit
yeah,
more to say about that match if you don't mind.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
even with that, I agree. So no matter what, Provost was taking the strikes. Like I
Hmm.
thought that on offense it was missed fouls, but he was taking the strikes and he wasn't flinching to me. So you have to give him that respect. But even with the scorecards, I mean, some of them, I think they had a 29-27 for Provost. I didn't really,
One
yeah,
had the
like the
28-28.
yeah, so the 28-28, I can kind of sort of get there. The third round with the 10-8 is a little weird just because he kind of stumbled them. But the 29-27, if you get a 29-28 Provost, I could like maybe get there. I don't know. I felt like even on the cards, he won. But I mean, look, don't take anything away from Provost's chin. He stood in there. He
Hmm.
took the hits. You got to respect that. I just thought that there were missed calls on offense.
And then this is where it comes in with a little bit more time of recovery. Do you think Azael would have been dropped in the third round, or like what did he? I don't think even think it was dropped. It was like that step back or whatever. Do you, that it could have changed the trajectory of the. It would have been a draw according to the scorecards, and it probably would have went to a sudden death because it would have been 28-28.
I mean it's possible, but at the same time,
We never know.
as we've seen, Azael is a zombie. Like he he's been knocked out unconscious and
But we've
recovered
never
within
seen
2 seconds.
the zombie dog at 170.
Yeah, so it's I feel like it's really it would have been nice if it happened, but we'll never know
Yeah.
because
So
it's we'll just never know at this point.
yeah. So, but I mean, they'll both be back. Um,
Oh, for sure.
this
Well,
shakes up the
Provost, I
whole
mean, you could
welterweight
arguably
division
give
too.
him the winner now. I mean, him or Vince Tracy or Manny, technically, because Manny, his loss was at middleweight. So maybe Manny. It's one of those three. You either give the next match to Provost, Manny, or Vince Tracy, in my opinion, at 170.
Yeah. I yeah, I just couldn't remember correctly because there were so many fouls on this card, so I couldn't remember exactly for that match if it was the club or the step. But yeah. So sorry if I misspoke. Robin and Sheena. I don't really think there needs to be much said about this. Sheena's a freaking beast.
Sheena.
5 and
Yeah, no.
0. I don't see anyone beating her. Like if they're going to have someone beat her, they're going to need to like truly build the 145 division, do a show of just featherweight women because her experience over everybody is like light years ahead. She even said Abby needs to have at least one more match before she gets to her. But the scorecards 30-24. I'm not sure if we've ever seen that before.
I feel like that's the first 30-24 we've ever seen. Now, I
Yeah,
just want to say real quick before we move on this, Robin, like it was total domination, but Robin has that
Dog.
dog in her straight up. It was impressive. Just like it was a dominant win for Sheena, but the heart on Robin and the chin to not go out there, that was wild. Wild.
She could have sat
Isn't
down
that
and
true?
just been like, I'm done. I got hit once. Listen, I know I'm losing. I'm gonna get my check and bounce. She kept getting up. Like she's gonna be like the gatekeeper, I feel like, for the featherweight division. Let's see her and Abby go against each other. But I feel like if you have that scenario, because there's not really many women in the 145, but if you have Robin and Abby go against each other and then Abby loses, then that kind of messes up the plans for Sheena and Abby. So
I feel like with the like, do they have the women's rankings on the website? Am I missing them? Because to me, it's still confusing
no,
who's in what weight
no, they
class.
don't
To be
have the
perfectly
women's
honest with you,
rankings.
like I can't even know off the top of my head who's in what weight class, so I
Yeah, they
really
don't have
can't even
rankings because
speak
there's no champ.
on who should fight who. I don't know, but I don't see anybody beating Sheena anytime soon.
No, her
I don't.
experience and her power is just crazy.
Yeah, she's too far ahead of the game at this point. Like they'd have to let her sit out for a little while and try to build up her division.
Yeah,
How did they not put those
100%.
rankings up? You have to do that. Like, how do I not know
So the problem
what?
with the women's divisions is there's so many divisions and there's not enough to make rankings. I feel like the only
Do a top
division that they can
five.
actually make rankings in would be 125, but they don't have enough matches to show because they all only have like one or two matches. So
Well,
there's not
DeBell,
enough
correct
like
me. Power Slap one, it was just the top five. They didn't even have a top 10 in a couple. I feel like I've definitely
but I
seen
feel
a
like
Power Slap match where they showed the rankings and it was only the top five. I feel like at one
Well,
point. So just do that.
For Power Slap one, that was the beginning of the entire sport, and
Well, I
they
mean, it's
had
the
the
beginning of the
rankings
sport for women.
from the house, so they just used those rankings as the rankings for moving forward. But they had the original. They had these guys fight like two or three times to get their rankings. At least most of them, anyway.
yeah.
True, true.
But I feel like so like the 115, there's only like two or three women, so there's not even enough to do five. The 125, a lot of people came down from 135, so I feel like there's only like two or three women in the 135, and there you could possibly do a 10 woman flyweight. Um, Featherweight, there's four. Oh, wait, Jackie's in there too. Jackie Thomas, Abby, Sheena, Robin, maybe Christine, but I think they brought Christine down to 135. I don't know. See, there's just too many moving parts there to actually make rankings. And then
That's what I'm saying.
there's then
That's
the
what I'm saying.
170. There's like four women. So I think that they're just not ready yet to make the rankings for women yet.
Just do a top five.
Yeah, I
Top
guess,
five.
but we'll see. We will see what goes on from there. Okay, so the next one is Zakir and Dorian. We kind of touched on this already. What stood out to you guys the most from this match?
Well, to me, I feel like I asked you this already, but maybe not, didn't get like the best answer. So I just want to know specifically as it pertains to Zakir and his change in strike, like his form being less clubby. I feel like he took a step in the right direction. So I'm wondering, Debelle, what you think about his transition in strike as opposed to being like dirty versus clean in this particular match, because I felt like it looked a lot better.
I feel like it just comes down to not only his accuracy, but he stopped leading with his palm as much. Like
Yeah, that's
he
what
was
I'm.
still
That's what I'm
hitting
saying.
high, but he wasn't leading with his palm. So it said it's just getting the repetition down and learning the rule set of keeping your hand straight, landing with 3 points of contact, and just practicing that even when you're getting the shit slapped out of you.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was
Well,
wondering.
that
Most
hematoma was
specifically,
crazy.
the leading with the palm, because that was like what was
Yeah,
talked
that
about
was
coming in.
Yeah, that was the biggest part is because whenever he was striking, it in the photos it always looked like he was leading with the palm and also hitting the neck region. You could tell he went a lot higher, probably because he heard people talking about that. But that also resulted in him. If you see Dorian's face, his whole cheek is fucked up.
That was wild. I was shocked that they even. I was so worried that they were gonna stop it. Like the fact that they even let him get slapped there with the side of his face. That was crazy, man. That
I
was
was
crazy.
terrified because I saw a clip of Slap Fight Championship one time and some guy had a hematoma and he got slapped in it and it exploded. Like I was terrified watching that it was gonna explode everywhere.
That was.
Dorian
I
wouldn't have
think it
cared.
was the concrete finisher.
I
If
don't
I'm not
remember.
mistaken, I want to say it was the concrete pit.
I'm pretty sure it was concrete.
Let's go. Shout out to me for the slap fight knowledge. Come on, you got to
Yeah.
give me that bell.
Yeah, good shit, man. Because not a lot of people follow that slap fight championships no more. That also follow power slap.
That's
Most people
where
choose
power
one or the
slap came
other.
from.
Yeah,
Literally.
no one knows it. No,
Oh, I
it
do. I've
is
talked to
not
JT
talked
before.
about.
Trust me. He wasn't too happy about a video I posted, but I got the whole spiel. But Slapfight has some crazy talent, man. They do. They do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
sucks they stopped working together. I feel like they would have been the perfect like starting point for a lot of these guys.
okay. And then we get to the main event. Um.
What a picture that is. That's a gas picture.
This
That
shook
is a
up the
crazy
welterweight
photo.
division. I just feel like, they had a crazy match their first run in, and Anthony's experience coming into this, I feel like made him like the heavy favorite. Cole has a dog in him. We will, I feel like we will see a trilogy in this and between them, because I feel like Anthony has done enough to deserve a rematch. He's
Oh,
the
for
only
sure.
welterweight to defend the title multiple, like, because the welterweight champions never defended it. He was the first one to actually defend it, and he had like such a strong run. And he was undefeated before this, so I feel like he did enough to deserve a rematch. I'm not sure what they're gonna do because of everything else that happened in the welterweight division. We still have Manny there that can run it with Cole. Do you put Azael and Blackburn back together? Do you put Provost and Manny together? Where does Chris fit? And then there's just so many variables in this that you could do. So maybe even have Azael and Manny run it back. They never ran it at 180 at 170, but they ran it at 185. But yeah, there's so much that they could do here. Congratulations to Cole though. He had this huge homecoming parade, which is awesome to see.
Yeah, I feel bad I couldn't make it out to that. No, it was awesome that he got that.
Oh, you live by him? New York, great. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was like an hour 45 away. That's why we couldn't make it, but it
That
was
looked
close
Yeah.
enough that we
upstate
got
to
an
me.
invite.
I saw the mountains. I was like, that looks upstate to me.
Oh yeah,
Listen, if it's
upstate
not
as
New York
hell.
I
City,
used
it's
to live in
upstate.
Jersey, North Jersey, so I know what that looks like.
If it ain't New York City, it's upstate. It's crazy.
If it's for real though.
I'm glad that you said that because when I said what's next at Walter, I completely spaced on that. You could 100% do a rematch. What was the babyface 6-0-1 or
Yeah,
7-0-1?
Yeah.
You
yeah,
Six
he
could
was
zero and
six zero
one.
and one.
easily do that
He had
rematch.
a very comparable record to me right now. Like
I
it was
missed that.
me,
That's on me. You could
Rob,
definitely do that
and
rematch.
Monty.
100%.
Yeah, no, he deserves a rematch because it was also a very it was an exciting match. It was just there's so much heart in both of these guys. Like they both got dropped, they both got the fuck back up, and they just put everything on the line out there. I would love to see that match again, honestly.
Yeah. Trilogy.
I feel like,
I
Love to
mean,
see
so
if
it.
I
Isaiah
saw
and Brandon could get it, why can't these two?
they easily could. I saw a pre-fight interview with him with Slap News, and he was saying that like he doesn't want to go like clean for clean, like Mr. Clean against Babyface because Babyface notoriously is very clean. He was like, I want to make it dirty, and I feel like he did just that. He was skirting the line on the flinching. He was skirting the line on the clubbing. He was like right on that line, and he did exactly what he said he was gonna do, and he took it home. And it was such a dope fight. Both guys got dropped. That was wild, man. That was
Oh
such a
yeah,
great fight. I feel like on the last couple events, like the last three events, we've witnessed all-time classics on
yeah,
all three.
it's been
Yeah.
insane. Like the past three events have been just bangers nonstop. Just like we thought Aaron versus Nate was going to be fight of the year. Now it's we're not even sure if it's top three of the year. Like
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Well, no. And then on the pre-recordings of this last card, Frank said that they paid out bonuses to everybody on the card. He said, well, he didn't say they were paying out bonus. He said, we're going to take care of everybody on the card. Because if you notice that Power Slap only posted fight of the night and then the crypto bonus, but usually there's like 3 matches, like 3 solo performances. They didn't give out just those. So Frank said that we're going to take care of everyone on the undercard because there was 8 matches and 8 KOs or TKOs.
damn,
So I'm
yeah,
like,
that's
we didn't even get to
insane.
see those yet.
I can't wait to see those fights.
Yeah.
That's
So
the one
that
part that sucks about missing an event. You don't get to see the pre-recorded stuff. Gotta wait
just
like
because.
everybody else.
There was a couple of heavyweight matches in there, no? A couple of heavyweight TKOs that happened there, if I'm not mistaken. They were further back in the rankings, but still good to see. There's so many heavyweights. Like heavyweight is
I
literally
know.
like it's like the old school boxing, like in the 70s or when like Ali was there. That was the glamour division. Like in the UFC, it was light heavyweight. Like I feel like heavyweight is becoming the glamour division over the last 8 months, 9 months.
I
Oh
feel like
yeah,
every division goes through their spurts of like which one's the most exciting at the time. Because at one point it was light heavyweight, super heavyweight, heavyweight, middleweight. Like it just goes
Middleweight,
through its own like.
yeah.
I'm just waiting for the
It's
women to get
always
their
that build
shine.
up. Just someone who's going to come out the contender to face the long reigning champion. Like who was going to beat Crazy Hawaiian? Who's going to try to beat the Bell? Who's going to try to beat Ron? It's like you have these guys put up. Like that's why Anthony versus Cole was so excited because he he didn't have that build up. He just came out of nowhere and took this shit from him. Like props to Cole. He worked his ass off and he just got it done.
Yeah, and I love his story too. But like, I was so happy for Cole, but at the same time, I'm like heartbroken for Anthony.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
love both of them, but someone's got to win, someone's got to lose.
mm-hmm. And that's just how it goes.
but he got up every time. Like no one lost. They were like, okay, he lost, but like no one lost respect for him. I mean, that was a great match. He
Yeah.
knocked Cole down, and almost honestly,
It could have
that
been
was
called a couple.
that's what I'm saying. So you don't look at babyface. You're like, yeah, he lost, but like no one is looking at him and be like, oh, he's like he was never. It was like
Yeah,
he
no,
was literally him. He was top three pound for pound before that match. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
his stock, in my opinion. I'm pissed that I missed that when I said what's next for welterweight straight up. I think that was a good enough fight. You could give him an immediate rematch, in my opinion.
Ready for
oh
round
yeah.
9 between them.
Round nine, unlimited rounds.
Oh,
One
true.
man,
Well, because they went 3
two
and now
minutes, or
I'm
5.
like,
one man
I'm
leaves.
like carry the one. Trying to figure out that round nine. Shout out to Betty.
Well, because they did 3 and then 5, so it's 8
Oh, you were on it. I was the confused one. I was counting on my hands.
Smoking
for
some of
the
that
for
gas.
those
I
who
see.
also didn't understand. But yeah, is there anything else you guys want to add? I'm excited to see the rankings come out.
Yeah, I'm very curious at what heavyweight's going to look like because I mean, there's been so many matches that they could really just flip that script on however they want to put it out. Like Nate got a win, but it wasn't a dominant win. We've seen a couple of dudes get some pretty dominant wins that are right below him. Are they going to move him up? Is Darius going to be in the top five soon? Possible.
That's
Like
what I wanted to ask you. If you took Dorian, because we all agree that Dorian should get, but if you were to just take him out of the picture for 1 second, like who else, maybe one or two guys, do you think like have deserved to fight you? But like
see,
you have to take Dorian out of it just because like they just haven't. He is next, but besides that, like I'm just curious, who do you think is next? Like one or two people.
Darius and Pono. I feel like if those two fought or like they had another deciding match, I feel like one of them would get the contender fight or get the title fight because Pono is right there. I feel like he screwed himself over on the Dorian match because you could tell he just wasn't mentally there, and he hasn't been able to really prove himself since that fight. So it's just left a bad taste in the brass's mouth. Meanwhile, Darius is on his comeback, and he has the record and the old legend status to help him get that title shot.
Will Slap Fight even really let them use that footage of like both of you in Slap Fight now because they're not affiliated? I'm curious.
I'm pretty sure they bought out the clips because I've seen my Stat Fight Championship clips on Power Shop's page before, so I don't think it'd be an issue.
Word. That's
Yeah,
honestly who I was expecting you to say, but
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anyone else that's really at that level right now. Like Nate isn't ready for that. Aaron isn't ready for that. Wes isn't ready for that. Like, there's a lot
Nate's been
of
sitting at number 2 this whole entire time,
I
and
don't
he
know
just
how.
won. He
me,
That
just
shit.
I
won,
said
so
this,
they're
me
probably gonna keep
neither,
him
even
there.
though I love Nate, but he got that huge win. So I feel like one more and Nate could get back, but he needs one more to get back to you. He does. He does.
See, and he still got dropped in round one. Do you really
He
want
had the
Nate fighting
greatest
someone like
recovery though.
me?
He had the greatest recovery though.
the greatest but he's gonna be fighting someone like me. That I don't know if he wants that smoke again.
In my opinion, the one when you knocked him down and he got 10 counted, I feel like if he recovered properly, he would have been able to get one more round. I'm not saying he would have a
I thought he
chance
should
at
have
this.
gotten it anyways. Honestly,
I feel like he would have survived to get a second slap. So like, but he improved his defense. Like against Seekman, I thought he was going to go down, but he didn't. And I don't know. We'll see. I think he needs one more. If he proves this, like who knows? He's improved. But yeah, I think it's either Darius or Pono. I would lean Pono
yeah,
personally,
I'd
but
lean more towards Pono. But my thing is just in heavyweight division. I'm not trying to be cocky here, but I feel like I have the strongest power in the heavyweight division. So if you've been dropped by anyone below me in the heavyweight division, then I feel like I could drop you just as bad, if not worse than that. So
The only person that's never been dropped by anyone is Dorian.
yeah, and now you see why I want the smoke for fucking Dorian. I want to drop that man, take that shit away from him. Because every time now I gotta say, oh yeah, I've dropped everyone I fought except for goddamn Dorian. I hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
you'll get it. You'll get it. It's setting up perfectly for you. Honestly, it's a good story with the slap fight. Like true, the day one fans, like the prior to power slap fans, like they're gonna eat that up. They are.
Oh yeah, yeah. So just in the wings, waiting. We'll see what plays out, but I'm excited to see what the rankings look like when they come out.
Yeah.
It's gonna be entertaining.
Well, hopefully they announce something soon for the next card. Because we got blessed with three fights three fights this month or in October. And then before that, it was like 3 months before the last one. So hopefully we don't have to wait that long for the next one. Hopefully we get to see Damien on there, and then maybe we'll get to see a contender fight on there as well. So you don't have to wait as long, and then they can just book the next one right after.
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
Is there anything else you guys want to add before we get out of here?
No,
Ryan's a bitch. I'm good now.
I can't wait to watch that one word back. I'm gonna do that instantly after this.
He's like, I'm clipping that.
I fell back. I had to fall back.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Might be doing a live show every Tuesday, so I can bring back the see you next Tuesday.
Exciting.
On pace right now.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for all tuning in. Thank you too for being here. I appreciate you guys, your time. I cannot wait to see you back on the stage, Damien. And be sure to follow Slap City. He's got the greatest breakdowns, and he's got his work cut out for him for this last event. So, but yeah, stay petty, bitches.